what I would do differently before my first flip. If I could go back and do my first flip again, here are 3 things that I would do differently before I bought my first house. Look, I believe real estate should reduce pressure in your life, not be the thing that creates it. And my first flip taught me that lesson way too hard. In the next few minutes, I want to share with you what I would do differently before my first flip. Not to make more money, but to make the experience calmer and more sustainable. I created a tool called Pre-Flip Pressure Audit. It's a checklist to see how much weight you're putting on your first deal. If you'd like a copy of this audit, just comment audit below and I'll send it right to you. For those that don't know me, I am Sandra J. Connor. When I did my first flip, I was working a full-time job, I had rental property, and I had other income streams. Even with all that, the pressure from my first flip surprised me. I'm not sharing this because I regret my first flip. I'm sharing it because of the things that I learned and what I would have done differently to make that experience feel easier. Looking back, my first flip wasn't stressful because it went wrong. It was stressful because I put too much dependence on it going right. So what would I do differently? What would I change? Well, here are the 3 things that I would do differently. First, I would separate my identity from the outcome. I didn't realize how much I needed that first flip to go right to just prove things to myself. I didn't really have a lot of people in my life telling me I couldn't do this, but I'm like a serial entrepreneur person. I have, photography, real estate, rental property, and network marketing, online courses. I've done so many things, and so many family members and friends just look at me like I'm crazy or like you can't do that. So all that baggage I was taking into this first flip as well. So I had like a chip on my shoulder. I wanted to prove not only to myself but to everybody else that I could do this real estate thing and I could be wildly successful on my very first flip. So if I had to do it again, I'd remind myself, this deal does not define me. It is meant to teach me. Your first flip is not a verdict on you, it's a classroom. So step 2, I would build more predictability before risk. I underestimated how powerful predictable income is. Not for lifestyle, but for decision making. When income is unstable, delays felt threatening. And when income is unstable, every deal feels huge. Stability doesn't slow you down, it calms you down. So step 3, I'd shrink the emotional stakes on purpose. I would have chosen simpler, low pressure expectations, even if it meant making less money. Because a calm first flip builds confidence. A stressful first flip builds hesitation. I also underestimated how important it was to complete the project on time. Just by delaying it a few months, the whole market shifted on me, and now a house that should have sold within the first day is now 60 days later. I don't know, we may be up to 65 or 70 days now at this point, still on the market. The goal of deal 1 is to be clean completion, not a big win. So I was focused too much on, okay, what upgrades could I do to make the most money out of this flip? When I should have been focused on, let me just complete this flip on time and just make a modest profit instead of worrying about doing more things than I really needed to do in the flip. Just needed to focus on completing it the right way, and completing it on time. The goal of the deal is, again, clean, not a big win. So why this matters? Well, most people think they need more courage before their first flip. What they really need is less pressure. When pressure goes down, judgment goes up. That's the gap that I didn't see before my first flip. And it's why I built the Ambition Accelerator membership. It's not about flipping faster. It's about helping people feel steady before they even make their first deal. Your first flip should make you feel more capable, not more anxious. Real estate works best when it reduces pressure, not when it adds to it. If I could go back and do my first flip again, I wouldn't change the house. I would change how much weight I put on myself going into it. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you see the benefit of creating more predictable income before you do your first flip. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought about this video and what you're struggling with at this time. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you tomorrow.